Qwen just dropped their updated open source model, Qwen Image 2512, and they're making big claims. Better human realism, finer details, improved text rendering. And they say it's on par with Seedream 4.5 and Nano Banana. That would make it the best open source image model. So of course I had to check it. 12 tests head to head against Seedream 4.5, Nano Banana Pro, and Z Image. All the same prompts as from my last comparison, so you can see how it stacks up. Test number one, again, a photorealism test. We have a Swiss watchmaker. This is our generation from Qwen Image 2512. And while the person looks okay, I would say the person itself looks a bit more realistic. We have the problem that it feels like it's out of focus. And also when you look really into it, it's still AI-like, but it improved definitely from the overall look. When we look in the background, we can see like this is absolutely not a real image. It's pretty easy to tell when we compare it, for example, with Nano Banana Pro. This is a completely different level. Of course, they're not claiming it to be the same as Nano Banana Pro, but it makes a big difference. And here we have Seedream 4.5, which I still would rate a lot higher just because of the background. And I mean, the Z Image one was one of my favorites, but it looks more like movie-like, we have to say here. Test number two, we have text rendering, multilingual. And last time already, all of the models had no problem with this one. Also for Qwen Image, this was absolutely no problem. So there's not much to say here. Good work. But all the others did the same. So yeah, not really a winner. Still, it's good enough. Then we have a complex scene with a lot of instructions. Let's look into it, what Qwen did. When we look at it overall, I have to say there are quite a few things that don't look realistic. So if we look at the fire here, that doesn't look realistic. Also, when we look at the people, they still have an AI feeling to them. So this is one of the things they claimed they improved. The tree looks really nice, although it's not following the prompts with the 5 bolts in red and gold. So that's a bit different. The outside also looks not really realistic from my point of view, like what you would see there. Again, if we compare it to Nano Banana Pro, of course, it's also not the best generation, I would say. So let's keep this in mind. But for example, Seedream, this was a complete fail, we have to say. And so it compares to the others, I would say. Z Image did a good job here. So yeah, I mean, it's okay, but it still looks quite AI from my point of view. We have number 4, which is product photography. So we have a Perfume here. Not much to say. I think it looks really nice. Of course, this could be counted as an issue because it's not really realistic here. But the overall look is quite good. So I guess you can just redo it and then it should be fine. But overall, all of the other image models also did a good job with this one. So then we have the Manga page. Again, Qwen looks pretty cool, I have to say. But I think it's not what it's supposed to be. Let's put it this way. When we compare to Nano Banana Pro again, also not my favorite generation. And the others also had some problems with displaying the full story and everything. It's still, I mean, it looks cool, so you can definitely use it for such a use case. But instruction following, I could still see as a problem here. Anime style, we had good results from all of the image models, and Qwen is no difference here. Actually, a pretty cool image that you could definitely use. We have some problems here with the house. So, yeah, I mean, this could be a slight issue, but I think also, again, if you regenerate the image, then it should be fine. Overall, pretty cool image to use. Number 7, world knowledge. This is one of the best generations, I feel, for the Golden Gate Bridge. Looks great, I have to say. There's not many problems you can find. So this one is a really good one for me. Again, we compare it to Nano Banana Pro. This looks more like a photo, actually. So, I mean, Nano Banana Pro is supposed to be better than all of the others, of course. But this is definitely usable. Like, it's a pretty cool picture, and you have to really look into it to find things that would tell you that it's AI. Then we have icon sets. Really good instruction following. This was one problem we had with Seedream and with the image. We have the 2 lines with 3 icons each. They look totally fine. Of course, if maybe there's something that you would like more, you can just ask it and regenerate the image. But the result itself was pretty good. We have the app icon. We had the problems with the other images generators too. Not the best results here. So, yeah. I mean, Qwen didn't do much better. I think it didn't connect the $sign here. It would have been totally fine. It would be okay icon. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. It's close, and definitely one of the better generations for this example. We have infographics with data and statistics, and this one actually failed. So to show you Nano Banana Pro first, so you understand, we have 5 different pillars here, and well, Qwen only did 4, and the last one, it just put 2 numbers in it. So yeah, this was actually a fail, unfortunately. Doesn't seem to be a one-time issue, because if we look into a presentation slide, the generation had, I mean, similar problems. I'm not sure if this is the right way to say it, but we also have problems. So the chart was supposed to be a donut shape, so not a pie chart. So this definitely is not the case here. So that's an issue. And also, if you look into 34%, I mean, this doesn't really look like 34% to me. Also, the others, I mean, 28% looks good. But then look how much bigger the 34% is. So this is, yeah, not the best generation. I mean, I would say it still goes into the usable direction. But so I mean, if we compare it, for example, with Seedream, here we had definitely problems with the text that was written onto it. So this was also not usable. So there is still, I would say, an edge for Qwen. I mean, the image was like a fail, definitely. But I mean, Nano Banana Pro is so ahead in this case that's quite crazy. And I think it's really important that we will get an open source model that can generate slides for us, because this solves a problem for presentations that we had before with generating, with generative AI in general. Because if we get a model that can generate us slides, that would be so helpful. Last comparison is the lifestyle photography. Again, look into the image. I mean, the overall scene, definitely good, definitely looks realistic. But I mean, I have one problem here with the hands. Not that they are generated weirdly, but just how they are placed feels a bit weird. Like, I don't think like a human would do it this way. I think maybe that's a thing that you can, with just regenerating it, this might solve the problem here, because the overall look is good and goes into the right direction. I don't like that we have the face a bit blurry. We had a similar issue, right, with the first realism test. Maybe this is a general problem, but the overall feeling, I think, is really good and goes to the realism direction. So that was really nice. I mean, again, if we compare Nano Banana Pro, outstanding, absolutely insane. I mean, for me, if I saw this image, I don't think I could tell that this is AI. I would not question it in the first place. You know, if you tell me it's AI, then I would start looking for things. But if you don't tell me, then I would not suspect anything. So let's compare it to Z Image as an open source model. Still too perfect here. So with Z Image, you definitely would need a LoRa to improve it. But of course, Qwen is open source as well. So we could also work with LoRa's there to improve the model and push it further. Yeah, the overall summary is, as always, I have to say, or maybe not always, but I really like the Qwen team overall. They do amazing job with a lot of great models. But when they show the capabilities of the models and the benchmarks and so on, they know how to make it look better than it actually is. I have to say this. Though, I think that's a great step into the right direction. We have a good improvement. It's not a mind-blowing improvement to open source image generation, I would say, but it's a step into the right direction. And I hope they can improve it further, get it closer to what Nano Banana can do, because the price of $2.05 for one image is definitely much better than 13 cents or even the 4 cents that we pay for Seedream 4.5. I think so, like 2 cents for an image would actually be a quite good sweet spot for image generation. And yes, but let me know what you think. Is it an improvement? Are you using the previous Qwen model maybe in some applications that you're using? If it's a good enough improvement or not. Thanks a lot for watching. If you'd like to see more comparison between models, not only images, but also LLMs, coding, video, whatever, feel free to subscribe, and I see you in the next video.